What's up, guys?
Hey, I'm
Welcome back.
Max. This is Bender. Welcome to the
You
Max Bender
do this
show.
every time. I was the lead
I
in. I was
do.
the lead. I hate you so much. This is the Max Bender Throwcast. And we are here with the 2025 Thrower of the Year, Miss Savage. Savage, how are you doing?
Hey guys, thanks for having me. It is frigidly cold here in New York.
It's frigidly cold everywhere. We just
Yeah,
had,
I
we
think
just got
all
like,
over North America right now it's like freezing.
yeah, we just got like 5 inches of just ice. I don't know if you saw the video of me slinging my son around in a laundry basket with a dog leash tied to it, but he was
I
just
did.
gliding on the ice. It was awesome. Uh, now that being said, we can only stay outside for like 5 minutes at a time before before I start to freeze to death. But yeah, so we're on with Miss Savage today. We're going to talk about
Yeah,
kind of
enough
what got
child
her
abuse with
started.
Max Bender.
What's that?
What's that?
What's that?
Nothing.
Sorry, that's what I thought you said. We're going to talk about her throwing journey. She's probably by the end of it going to be tired of hearing us bicker back and forth like a married couple. But
You
we're we're
Becker.
we're, we're going to try to get through it. What's that?
I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, I know you could.
Technical
Uh,
issues.
yeah, I'm not falling for that again. But before we get started, we're gonna hit our first newest sponsor, Broken Feather Custom Knives. Joe Dara graciously is sponsoring us. We're very excited about that, humbled and grateful are are not words to express our feelings on this enough.
Joe's
Mac,
the best.
Dude, funny story about that.
probably
Um,
knowing the rest of your stories is probably not funny, but go on.
no, oh no, this is actually pretty good. Remember that Blade Aces throw we went to? That was your first one. You kind of cried when you went home because you didn't do as good as you
I
thought.
didn't cry when I went home. I cried in the
Yeah, you
tent the night
did. So
when we
that
went to
one,
sleep.
Lewis, when we were at the awards ceremony, remember how he called out Broken
Joe.
Feather?
Yeah, in the
And
long
he
distance,
was
yeah.
like, "Oh, I can take you any day of the week," and was like totally talking smack. And I was like, "Oh, it's getting real."
Very real.
Totally went over, and they started at what, like 80 some feet at the
Mm,
long distance range.
Something like that.
I might have
And
footage actually.
yeah, it took Lewis out with one throw.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
don't-
turns
Went into
around. He
the
had he had he had 3 hawks in his hand. He threw the one, turned around and looked at
yeah
Lewis and was like, "Good luck."
yeah, I handed the other ones to Lewis and was like, "Here you go."
Yeah,
And Lewis didn't
that
even
was
come
awesome.
close. He tried.
Yeah.
That was
So
awesome.
anyway, needless to say, Joseph Dara, Broken Feather Knives, is a friggin' legend.
He is
Yeah.
a legend, and we are grateful that he has decided to sponsor us. I don't know. I don't know if by the end of this, if that's something he's even going to be, if he's going to feel like that was a good idea.
Oh, right. Especially
with
with
all,
you.
with all the bullshit. I'm the reason he wanted to do it in the first place. I don't remember him dropping into your DMs, buddy. Uh,
Well, this is also a good place to plug that we already put out the dates for Broken Feather Palooza 2026. So
Yep.
if you're already part of the Facebook group, that's how you get invited. We also got a block of hotel rooms, and I could announce here we'll be live streaming Broken Feather Palooza for the first time. So if you cannot join us, look out for a live stream. I'll be posting it in the group.
what are the dates on
Broken
that?
Feather
Have them off the top of
Palooza.
your head?
Broken Feather Palooza is on May 15th through May 17th of 2026.
That's why he's here, because it's certainly not for the technological side of this. Uh, so on that,
Thanks,
on that,
lady.
off of the back of that sponsor, Natalie, why don't you, or I'm sorry, now I used your government name. I'm so sorry. I pulled a Mackenzie. Savage,
Way to
why don't
go.
you tell us kind of what got you started into this?
Yeah, well, I answer to all, but usually in knife throwing, everybody knows me as Savage. Contrary to popular belief, I did not pick my name. It was actually Laloba at my first Danger Fest. I was wearing a shirt that said Savage, but it was my pajama shirt because I didn't realize how hot it was going to be, and I didn't want to wear black. And I guess I was rude to a man who was trying to flirt with me, and then she saw how I threw tomahawks. She's like, "You really are a savage," and I was like, "I heard you get nicknames for doing something stupid. I'm going to lean into this one."
See, I could have swore that you got it from the way that you talk to people during quick draw competitions. Because to go on a little tangent here before we get started,
Oh,
in
I live up
Blanco,
to the namesake. Yeah. What did you say?
in
I
in
think my
Blanco
favorite,
last year, I'm
my
I'm
fa-
I'm going, and I think I'm going to go pretty far in this quick draw competition. I think this is kind of one of my better competitions, right? Well, I go up against Savage, and I get on the line, and she goes, "So I saw your Tinder," and in my head, I'm thinking, "There's no way she saw my real Tinder profile." Right? Then she starts word for word, my bio. And I was like, "Oh my god, she saw my Tinder profile." And then
I might
sure enough, she beat me 2 in a row.
I think I might have screenshot the front page of it, but I have this weird thing that I I have a little bit of a photographic memory. Oh, I did screenshot it. Right there.
Awesome. Perfect. Yeah, that's me.
That's there.
That's me. And I mean, looking at that now, I now realize why I get so many right swipes. But yeah, I just wasn't. I wasn't ready. I
So
was not ready.
I did not screenshot the rest of it. This is just I have a little bit of a photographic memory. Oh no, wait, I do have screenshots of it.
Oh, perfect.
Oh my god. But I looked at it like once, and one of my friends that was with me at the throw. You could do a matchmaker thing on Tinder. So we had coffee. I was like, I'll look for you. And I was like, a mile away, there's someone who owns an axe throwing place. I didn't know there's an axe throwing place in Blake. And we look at it, I was like, oh, it's Christian. And then I was like, match with him. And then I was going up against you at Quick Draw, and I hadn't practiced Quick Draw in a while. And Anne Crumb, our Queen of Hearts, actually like inspired me. I'm like, I'm gonna do a little shit talking. And I was
Dude,
like,
Miss Ann is she lives rent free in my head. I've never thrown quick draw against her, but I know, I know that she will beat me just from the amount of trash talk that she does.
yeah,
She's epic with her trash talk, dude.
Dude.
but
And then Natalie or Savage, sorry, I did it again, goes
yeah.
up against Wes, and the stuff she's saying to Wes, I'm like, oh my god, this poor man.
But
So
I
whether
feel
or not,
for Wes, and I told him, I warned him, I said, do you want the full experience or you want me to be your friend? He's like, no, you bring it. I said, okay.
which is, I mean, that's what Wes does. Wes is such a sweet human. That's
Yeah.
exactly what he wants. But I mean,
I heard
you might not
Larry
have picked the
PTSD
name.
from what I said to him. He said he thought about it the whole drive back to Florida.
You might not have picked the name Savage, but it very much so fits, especially when you go against people in quick draw.
I think
So
my favorite thing was afterward you came to be shocked and you're like, I thought that you called you Savage the way like they call a really tall guy Little John.
yeah, I thought it was an ironic thing. I thought it was like there's this big guy that we call Tiny. No, it's because she's a savage.
Or I even had Marcus Method at Dangerous. I'm sitting with him having lunch. I try to do that at least every Dangerous because he's always just at the t-shirt table. And I'm like, hey, we catch up. And he said something to me. He's like, the stories I hear, I'm surprised you haven't killed someone yet. I was like, excuse me? What?
You emotionally killed me that day.
I eviscerated Larry. Like, I cut him down to the... But the one person, Stone Cold, Cody Gaudet from Louisiana, he's like, you
Yeah.
cannot break me. And I
I
couldn't.
believe that.
I couldn't.
I believe that.
And then everybody told me afterward he can't deal with music, so I'm gonna have to
So
find
now,
some
now we just have to start
sing.
singing. We'll get a chorus going in the background.
Start singing to him, serenade him on the line.
a little because if I start singing, Pam will join in. JW is
I'll
gonna join in.
I'll join in if I know the words. I'll join in, and I'll probably sing too loud.
I'll
But
Dreamer!
that's a $5 song, Mackenzie.
But they said how I got my name, so now you guys know
How
the
you-
story of that. But how I got into throwing,
Right, how you guys started.
I should soften it more. One of my best friends of like 20 years, she's like, you gotta chill out with your response to when people ask you how got into knife throwing. I'm like, but why? I'm savage.
Not here
So
you don't. Not here you don't.
so people say, oh, how did you get into throwing? My brother died.
Well, here
So-
you may. Yeah, and I think I actually already knew that, and I should have
Yeah.
known that. But
I know people probably heard this story before, but 2017, I'm one of three. I'm the oldest girl. I've got two brothers, but my youngest brother, Lewis, he very suddenly needed a liver transplant. Fun fact, your organs could shut down at any time and need to transplant immediately. He was only 20-something. And it was really traumatic for all of us. I mean, he was in the hospital for 60 plus days before he died. And one of the times we had to motivate him to like get up to his physical therapy, occupational therapy, because you have to actually get healthier to get an organ transplant.
Right.
Didn't want to tell you that. So I'm like, bro, how do we motivate you? If you've met me, I make anything happen. So I was like, do you want to climb a mountain? you want to jump out of an airplane? And unfortunately, he said something heartbreaking. He's like, I just want to die on the couch at home. I couldn't make that last wish come true. I made a lot of his other dying wishes come true, which is awesome. But I went home that day because someone had to be with him 24 hours. So my parents would be during the day with him. I would do overnights. So I was heading home and I was on the train in New York City and I was like, there's so many things I want to do. I was only 30 years old then. So I wrote a list. First on the list was knife throwing. I don't know exactly where I learned about knife throwing, but I knew it was real. My best friend had been a magician's assistant and I'd filled in for her a few times. So I knew it wasn't like a magic trick. It was a real skill. But I also am the generation of Xena, Warrior Princess, and Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and they all had throwing in it. Or I realized one of my favorite movies, Eurovision, the Song of Fire and Ice, is there's knife throwing in there too. It's
Yeah.
crazy movie. So it was top of my list, and even before my brother passed away, I started reaching out to my best friend, her friend, who had been a magician, of like, who should teach me knife throwing? And I Googled it. It all said David Adamovich, the Great Throdini, and just like life is weird, he lives 4 miles from me. What are the odds of it in the country?
Perfect.
Yeah.
So I called him up, and a month after my brother passed away, I got a tattoo. And David taught me how to throw in his really cool indoor, like he's got like museum pieces related to knife throwing. But that was 2017. I just did it in my basement at home. I did things with the Bladed Sister, like she showed shenanigans, but my first throw was Blade Aces in 2021 in Ohio. It was the first time it was in Ohio. I think it was the first throw after COVID, but literally I knew no one, flew to Ohio, drove to fields in the middle of nowhere. In retrospect, I probably should have been scared. I'm like, go to a field, bunch of people I don't know with weapons.
Right.
But it changed my life. I actually have a tattoo for Blade Aces too on my hand because also
yeah.
like it the knife.
That's awesome.
I got a Danger Fest now one because Danger Fest.
Right.
But like it changed my life. I spent a lot of time with Paul Macron and Chris O'Brien, and they gave me so many tips because everyone's like, "Oh, you guys are New Yorkers." They live like 11 hours from me. New York
Yeah.
is a really big state. And then I met Danger and Alicia, and Alicia's like, "You have to come to Danger Fest." So 1 month later, I went to Danger Fest, improved my scores. As Joe said, Broken Feather, he's like, I can see it. You got the addiction. And 2022, I went to almost every throw except for 2 in the United States. And last year was the first year I started throwing internationally. And now I split my time between the US and Europe. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's that, and our condolences for your brother. I feel like it goes without saying.
I think I've got a like prayer card up there too. Like,
Yeah.
oh, everything's stuck. Didn't want to be on camera. That's it. But yeah, he was 24 and he actually left me cool knives. So like in my personal collection, I've got like a cool Italian stiletto from him and stuff. So like
That's
who'd have
awesome.
thought? I like to think of it as I lost him, but I gained a whole family. And I've been
Yeah.
to so many places in the world and done things I'd never expected to do. And all because of him.
Well, I mean, that's awesome. That you took that and turned it into something positive for yourself. That's very cool.
Oh yeah.
Because
There's a lot of people out there that don't have the power to do that.
yeah, there's a lot of people that would absolutely broken. So, for you to take that and turn it into something positive is really cool.
It took a while though.
Yeah.
But now I can look at it fondly, yeah. But no, yeah, it's sorry to be a downer, but it's real.
No,
It's real life.
This is exactly what we want. We want real. We want you.
Yeah, it's life's not always cupcakes and sweet tea, dude.
You mean it's not all first class and champagne at knife throws? Like I put on my social media?
No, especially because a lot of the people that these throws look like me and Max, so I can't imagine what you were thinking going to that first throw with all of these hillbilly-looking people.
Well, I remember
with these weapons.
standing and waiting to sign up, and I'm seeing Melody. I'd been a big fan of her for like years, like totally like lurking on the internet. And I see Amy, and I knew Amy, Goldie, and Melody from Bladed Sisterhood online, and they did games during COVID. And I'm like, oh, okay, like that's the Amy Elliott. And she, at one point, I was like, I met her for real. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, I feel like I'm meeting someone famous. And she just went, walked away. And she doesn't remember it. She's like, I don't remember that happening. but I believe you because that is how I first saw it. But it's also
Miss,
crazy to me of like all these people I was like the biggest fans of are like now my friends. Like I've been
yeah,
to their house, they've been to my house. Like it's just wild. It's awesome. But I did feel like
I,
I
I
was meeting famous
I
people.
feel that. I totally feel that. I understand it. At one point, before I knew Mac, I thought, man, this guy was the pinnacle, and then I met him, and I was like, well, I'm faster than this guy. Uh, so, so I get that. I get that 100%. And Miss Amy is one of my favorite people. I know all the crap Mac talks about her when she's not there. But
I
she's one
love
of my
Oh,
favorite
dude,
people.
Miss Amy's my knife throwing mom.
for a while there
Uh,
I had the distinction of being her knife wife for a while there. I
Dude,
even gave her
I was a WKTL, WATL thrower, so I was like from the other side of everything. And then I
side of the
came to Danger Fest, my first Danger Fest ever. I'm pretty sure, I think it was 2020, 21 maybe. Um, but I remember walking up there. I had a Toro knife shirt on. 100% looked out of place. Like all these guys are looking at me like, who the hell is this
now,
son of
now,
a bitch? He
and
got dropped off at the wrong throw.
to kind of give you a little bit of excuse, I'm sure you had that shirt on before they freed the bull. Uh,
Oh yeah.
eh,
Yeah, way,
yeah.
way before.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Miss Amy seen me and she's like, "Oh my goodness." And she come running over there and she's like, "Hey, you're a new thrower." And I'm like, "Yeah, I am. I don't know anybody." And she's like, "Come with me." Scooped me and Krista up and just drug us around all over the entire throw. We introduced us to everybody.
I'm glad she did that to you, because the first thing she said to me at the first throw you went to, you guys have already heard it on the podcast, was, "I'm not fast, but I'm accurate," and that's all it took for me to throw the next two knives in the dirt. So, so,
And
so
she
I'm
owned
glad.
me.
I'm glad that's the first thing she said to you.
no.
Uh,
I love when a
but
new thrower comes, but a few times I've had to been like, I'm just friendly. Just wanted to introduce you to everybody because I get a few people who are like, oh, I'm married. I have a wife. I'm like, I don't care. We're here for throwing. Like, let me
yeah,
introduce you. But I remember when Kev Fang came back to traditional throwing, I met him because I'm a little bit like you guys. I started in traditional throwing, but I have gone to WKTL marathon tournaments, especially the closest one to me is Cutting Edge by Seb Arnold up in
Uh-huh.
Connecticut, 90 minutes from me. So I've been to a few of his marathons. He's super lovely, cool business. But I met Kev Fang there, and he's like, do you know Joseph Dara? And I'm like, so I made him go to Broken Feather, but I know when he came in and he had his WKTL knives, he's like texting me because I hadn't gotten there yet. He's like, people are looking at me funny. I was like, don't worry. And I got there, and then I was like, who looks at you funny? And I was like, come here. I want you to meet my friend Kev. And then, did he win that year? I think
I
it wasn't.
think so. Yes.
Yeah, I
I
Yes.
think he
wouldn't be
won that year.
surprised, because that dude is like watching a cyborg throw. I
I
remember the
love him.
first Danger Fest. Yeah, and his stance is so wide. The first Danger Fest I went to, I was like, man, I didn't know we were throwing against machines. Nobody told me we were throwing against machines. I thought these were all going to be people, and that guy's a machine. Uh,
And then
Yeah.
Kev showed up.
He is
so
so awesome, and he's such an awesome person, and he's a professional artist for Magic the Gathering. I don't know. I guess that's public knowledge. I think that's so cool.
it is now.
Well, I have a print from it. I'm proud of him. He's my friend.
Yeah,
Uh, his impalement artist stuff like blows
Dude,
my mind.
I
with the cucumber
love his
coats.
impalement work. It
Yeah,
is fucking awesome. Pardon my French, but dude, it's cool as shit. I love it.
it's awesome.
I saw he announced that he's going to be at the Coney Island Sideshow in May here in New York. So like I'm like I'm going to drop everything, make sure I
I
see
mean,
that.
that's got to be a big deal. We don't know, because we don't. I don't cross the Mason-Dixon line much, but I know the
I
name
don't have a
Coney
Mason
Island, so
Dixon line to cross, but I wouldn't cross it.
but
Hey,
that's
it's
got to
New
be.
York. If you can make it here, you could make it anywhere. So that's a really big deal for him and the Cucumber Killers. Like it's people like the Great Houdini who've been part of things like the Coney Island Sideshow. Um,
Yeah,
like I'm super proud of him. And then the one of the coolest things from this past year was the tiebreaker between Danger and Kev Fang at Broken Feather Palooza with like
Yeah.
the blindfolding and stuff. It could have gone on all night. I've got so much footage of that.
Yeah, that was
yeah.
cool. That was really cool.
That guy's just an animal, man. And you talk to him, he's just one of the sweetest human beings that you can talk to. He's just nice as
Oh,
can be.
100%.
But as far as knife and axe throwing goes, the guys that he's, like I said, he's a machine. You
Yep.
you start to look for the off button when you know you're about to go against him. to
That's got to have a
hopefully
power
have a
source
chance.
somewhere. Where do I hit the off switch?
Yeah, you try to find where the guy's plugged in at.
And that's where I try to encourage, I don't know what we call it, like, cross-organizational play that, like, anyone I meet lately in WKTL just doesn't know traditional throwing exists. It's not that they hate on us. I know I've had some throwers be like, "How dare you go do WKTL?" But I'm like, "You learn based on what's near you." If I had a knife or axe throwing place down the street from me, I would have gone there first when I was interested. I'm just
I
lucky
mean, even,
to have.
even that depends on the knife and axe throwing place you go into. Mine here
Yeah.
is not a WKTL, WATL place, and it never will be. It's it's almost a combination of all of them. In one, mostly I try to stick towards the IGTOF stuff to push people towards the IGTOF stuff because that's what I love. That's what we compete in, the Blade Aces stuff like that. Uh,
And my
That's what I
league, I
switched to after about a year of being open at my facility.
yeah,
yeah. Well, I know it's very expensive from the research and stuff I've done, and the work I've
they're
done.
the empire. They're the empire, man.
Yeah, but I see there's plenty of independent people who do really well. Like my Thursday night Axe League, it's at a brewery, but it's a mobile business and they're not affiliated with any kind of organization because they're just not interested in
Yeah.
the competitive side. We do our own thing. Sometimes we do singles leagues, sometimes we do team leagues. And lately they've let me set up the aim games. So in between gameplay, I have them do entries and I'm teaching them about that and traditional throwing. I think we just need to educate everyone. Like no one way is better or worse. Everybody likes what they like, but we
Right.
can educate them that we exist and, we're not all heathens. I can't speak for you guys, but the rest of us.
I was well, uh, 2/3 of us are. Yeah, it's one of those things where I can show you and teach you about every federation, and Mackenzie can do the same thing. But I can also tell you what I found more fulfilling to me. I can point you towards the federation that I found more fulfilling to me, which was the IGTOP, the Blade Aces style, the multiple distances, the multiple disciplines, no spin, rotational, all of it. It wasn't even that made me fall in love with it. It was the people. More so you, Savage, than Mac. I just kind of got put with him. Uh, but
It's like, but you
Yeah,
guys are like,
it was a friendship by default here.
yeah,
but when you mentioned too, like, because people always ask me about my favorite throws. Well, I love Blade Aces probably because it was also my first one, but also it very much prepared me for throwing in Europe overseas because the rules are super duper similar of like
right.
having the precision throwing, which I'm obsessed with. So for people who don't know, that's when you throw 7 throws from 3 meters, 7 from 5 meters, 7 from 7 meters separately. It's its own event categories.
Yeah.
So over there, I know I've had a bunch of medals from winning in those categories, but if you ever want to travel to Europe, I suggest like if you go to Blade Aces throws, you'll feel really, really prepared for
Right.
going
Yeah.
over there. And it's a whole different scene. And what is awesome is you feel like you started knife throwing all over again because you don't know these people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like just obsessed. And then there's a few people you're like, oh, I've seen you online, like hobbyist thrower Stu, or you might see Beatrice axes and nails and stuff. So it's like just awesome to like and to see like you have just as many people that are at Dangerfest, if not more. Like when I went to the French National Championship, I was like one of only a handful of international throwers. There were over 150 throwers, all French, and the coolest
Nice.
facility. They're actually host the World Cup in 2027. They were messaging me like, "Can you get more Americans?" I'm like, "Americans are scared to travel to Europe, especially France, but I'll do my best." Uh,
Yeah, I don't know if you want us over there anyway.
I did remind them. I was like, "I haven't heard anybody say thank you," and they're like, "For what?" I'm like, "World War II. We're back-to-back champions. We helped you out a little." they they loved it actually. When I was in the UK, and that was the first time I competed internationally. Okay, I shouldn't say it. I had competed in Canada before. The first time I competed on the other side of the pond. There we go. In the UK, I did wear a shirt the night of like the bonfire that said I'm gonna party like it's 1776.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. That is awesome.
You know, when in England.
That's awesome.
But
Oh
no,
man.
it's been so awesome and like opening up the world. Like now it's just I don't have enough time off to go to every single throw. Like it is
Uh,
just
Natalie, we were talking about the Blade Aces and the UCAT.
Yeah.
And Blade Aces, by the way, if anybody out there is curious about the events and the event calendars or everything, if you go to bladeaces.org, they have a competition calendar and all the rules, target setups, everything. You can go on there and learn about everything about knife throwing.
And
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 not
if you
just
can't
theirs.
find those places, message me or Mackenzie, or I'm sure Savage, and
Yeah.
we'll point you in the right
Absolutely.
direction.
All
And
three of us have
Blade,
that information.
their competition calendar isn't just their competitions, it's all the competitions they know about in North America, and they've
Yes.
started adding more European information. And I know since I'm connected in, I want to bring more of that
Yeah.
information to everybody, what's going on
That's
overseas.
what I was going to ask you. The UCAT stuff. Are you still in charge of that, or
Yes,
still operating with that? Sorry.
yeah. Right now, I'm still one of the U.S. ambassadors. It is democratic, so I think people can vote otherwise. You have to be a member of UCAT. So UCAT is United Knife and Axe Throwers. It started over COVID. It was founded by Dan Pegg, who owns Shield and Sheath in Virginia. But it's become democratic, so he competes in it, but he's not the leader of it anymore. Marcus P. Hart had been the president for a while. Right now, Mauro Manganini in Italy is the president. But it transitioned from being an online competition to an in-person one, especially since Euro Throwers, a previous organization, kind of faded out.
Okay.
They hold a World Cup every year in a different country. Each country bids to host it, kind of like the Olympics. They usually have about 150 throwers. This past year, they had 22 countries represented, 150 or so throwers. And we saw crazy stuff that in like 3-meter precision throwing, 3 different men got a perfect score.
Wow.
Jan Oswald got a perfect score 3-meter throwing tomahawks, no spin.
That's
Wow.
insane. That's insane.
You see the most sick, insane stuff. So the first year I went, I was in the UK. This past year, it was outside of Prague in the Czech Republic. It was really hot, but they had like a lake you could swim in. So I literally had an American flag bikini. I went through that, came back and threw Kutonk in my American flag bikini and jersey and stuff. But it was super fun. And then this upcoming year, it's going to be in Italy, in Carpi. And it's going to be hosted, I believe, by Moro. And then the following year, it's going to be at La Pointe d'Est in France. So it's actually like closer to the German border, but it feels like you're in the town from Beauty and the Beast when you go there, because I've thrown there and they're just awesome. And Antoine Hertz, who organizes it, it's like impeccable. They have just as many lanes for competition as they do for practice, and they're exactly the same because it used to be like an old football or rugby club. But anyway, UCAT does plan to bring back online competitions this year because especially American and Canadian members are like, hey, you keep having this event in Europe. It's either cost prohibitive or people can't get passports. So I'm actually in charge of bringing back the online competition. So I'm working with Paolo from Italy and Alan Wickham from Australia, because also as the Australian delegate, he obviously wants online competition. So we're hoping before June to have an online competition again as we used to. You'll have to be a UCAT member because that just helps us sustain the website and whatnot. But that's also
Yeah.
a great way to practice at home and learn. And if you ever want more information about UCAT or just in general, traveling internationally as a knife thrower, I make a lot of resources, or feel free to message me. I'm Savage Thrower on everything except for Twitter or X because some porn star stole my handle on that, and I'm not going to fight it. I'm going to leave it. It needs to make a living, but it's not me.
Yeah.
So the UCAT, do they have a website still? Is there any?
They do have a website. I will tell you, one of the things we're going to do is improve it. It's better if you go to our Facebook group or the
Okay.
Facebook group for your country. So there's a UCAT USA group. I'm one of the representatives. Melody Valerius is one of the representatives. And I know this year we already have 4 Americans signed up to go to the World Cup. And what I try to do, I don't know how the other countries do it, but I work really hard to work with sponsors to help subsidize the cost because I know it's so expensive. So last year I was able to support myself and another thrower in monetary compensation, not completely for it, but probably covered a quarter of our costs. Plus things like gear. Bullseye Blades was amazing to us, giving us all of our quick draw rigs. Informal Throwwear Company gave us these really cool jerseys that you can actually buy for yourself if you want. M3 really helped us out with Aaron Shore. And then I've also worked with things like GSM Outdoors. They are the parent company of Cold Steel. You might have heard of them. They sponsored us, along with Locks and Company. That's a beard company. You guys have beards. They're Sharps.
Mackenzie's almost got one. He's still working on his. He saw
It's a
mine and
beer
started
beer
throwing his
gig.
out.
Mine hasn't grown in yet. I might need to drink like your Monster Energy drink too.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Get
Little
there.
hair request. But no, and I plan that going forward, like I have this dream to fully fund a team of 4 American throwers in perpetuity. Last year I got up to a quarter, so that was only my second year. So I know I can do it. Just don't know how quickly, but I would love
We
that we could have like a
yeah,
4-person
we have no faith there. We have no question about it that we have faith that you could do something like that. If anybody could, it's most likely you. What I do is I just have Mac pay for all the gas. So as far as funding stuff, I just jump in with him. He buys food and gas, and all I have to do is show up and look pretty and lose. And I do that pretty well. But on that, Savage, we want to talk about your throwing journey as well. We've kind of touched on it a little bit. We've touched on everything sporadically, which is the the bread and butter of this podcast at this point. But talk about kind of your awards, everything that you've won. I don't know, it might be something you don't even want to talk about because you don't like to talk about yourself in that aspect. But everybody kind of
What was your favorite awards? The ones that meant the most to you?
yeah.
Well, I think everybody's first podium is the most memorable. So, like I said, my first competition was August of 2021, Blade Aces. Then I went to Danger Fest. Then 2022, I tried to attend almost all of them. And I remember it was my first boobs, the Blades Outer bus that Goldie puts on. And she messaged me something about like, we need a celebrity thrower. And I had only just started the Savage Thrower Instagram that February, which also I remember people coming up to me and throw like, you're an influencer now. I'm like, that was not my plan. Fun fact, I am a really bad workaholic. So when I actually took time off from work, people were like, what are you doing? Where are you going? And I wanted to share it with them. And I also wanted a place to like put down all the information I was learning. So I started the Instagram and then I started the words of the day and it kind of just took off from there. But she messages me like, we need a celebrity thrower. I'm like, I don't know any celebrities. And she's like, no, you. And it was also crazy because around that time, was it that time or eventually I would end up having surgery to prevent myself from having breast cancer. So that kind of is a weird alignment too. But there I got my first podium, which was a 3rd place in long distance tomahawk, and it was completely unexpected. And I cried, and I was dressed like the warrior princess because it was Halloween time. So it was like a whole look.
Wait, was
And
that boobs?
yeah, it was boobs
In
behind.
Texas?
Yeah, let me fix this, Natalie. Let me fix this. Yeah, she just said it was, buddy. Pay attention. Go on.
That was the first time Savage and I had met.
Yeah, it was. You met my mom too. Not everybody's met
Yep.
my mom. Grabowski's met my mom.
Oh, dude, Grabowski's in love with your
That's
mom.
dangerous. That's dangerous. He'll be your stepdad in a week.
But yeah, that was my mom's first time to Texas, and yeah, that was my first podium. So that was really meaningful because also, I don't want to be asked. People have been very supportive of me, but in 2023, I got a lot of feedback of you're not really a thrower. You can't throw. I still get people who tell me I can't throw.
We all do. We all do.
So if you know
But
anything
it's funny
about
how those people never show up to any kind of a throw at all.
They'll never say it to your face because they'll never be at these throws.
Oh, my new favorite thing is when people comment, "Oh, that's AI." I'm like, does that mean I'm as good as Danger now? If they're commenting,
Right. Those are always the biggest compliments. It's that's AI or that's edited. I'm like, thank you, but does it look like I can fucking edit? Like,
do I look that technologically
I was
inclined?
doing to post this thing within an hour and a half.
yeah, right.
But I'm very much a hold my beer kind of person. So I was like, oh, I can't throw. I've had this dream to be able to like be on TV and be a commentator about knife throwing as our sport elevates. I want to be an expert in knife throwing, but I was also having this feeling like I couldn't be an authority on knife throwing unless I was a pro. So again, it was like hold my beer. I'm very motivated. So I worked in this basement at least for 90 minutes a night for like every night from like 2021. It's crazy. But 2023 wasn't my year. I think maybe I got a long distance podium here or there. I know I hurt my ankle really badly too. But and then I thought 2024 would be my year. And it wasn't. And then I tried to follow the advice of like friends of like, enjoy it, remember why you like it, have fun. And every time I just was like, I'm just going for the experience. Then they're calling my name to the podium and whatnot. So 2025 was a big year. I think there was only one competition I didn't podium in. The French national championship really built my confidence. So there are women's categories. So I know here in America we're always mixed class, but it is really encouraging to be recognized for your achievements because, I've had at Blade Aces where I've gotten like a 90 out of 105 in precision and I come in 7th
Yeah.
because the talent is so high.
Yeah.
So 2025 was huge. And then I know there's always talk about throw of the year every year. And in 2024, he asked for nominations, and I know my name came up a lot. And I love that he recognized me and others as like being ambassadors for the sport. But I believe it was Mac for a second time.
Dude,
I was
I
gonna
said
say,
that
I was gonna
joking.
say
I
they gave
said,
it to a
"Oh
real
man,
son of
it'd
a
be
bitch. I
awesome to
forgot who
get
it
Thrower
was.
of the Year 2 years in a row. It'd be the first person to get it 2 years in a row." And then lo and behold, I got it. I'm pretty sure I cried for like 45 minutes in my camper while nobody was watching.
No, I was watching. I watched.
There's Throw been given out 4 times, but there's only 3 of us.
Yeah,
I did think I should make us T-shirts and make whoever the new person is a T-shirt too, because why not? I don't put the year on the back like a jersey.
hell
But
yeah.
you're on the sleeve.
Yeah, but when that came out, so I talked to Marcus Solter or P Hard a lot. I talked to Danger a lot. Marcus is very much about like not a lot of people are having the same experience that Danger, Marcus, and I have with the online stuff and social media. And other than Olga Fadina, I'm really the only girl doing it. So we've been very supportive of each other of like let's uplift each other, especially because you see like there can be dramas and stuff online. But when that came out, Marcus is like, listen, you don't need it. I was like, thanks. And I did agree with him, like we could uplift other people in the community. And it was never a goal because I do think I have a platform that I've built for myself. I do think I can uplift others. And people actually don't know I do a lot behind the scenes that I don't post. I know Mac has seen some of it. I know
Yep.
when Beatrice was here before Dangerfest, she's like, you do this, you do that. Like, I had no idea. So I actually print the certificates for Dangerfest and the score sheets. And when I got them from Marcus Method last year, I saw there was one for Thrower of the Year. I was like, oh, are they doing it? I didn't see any nominations. I totally forgot. Mind you, this is like Wednesday and I'm flying out the next day for Dangerfest. So like I literally forgot it was going to be a thing because there's no chatter this year. We go up, I usually help coordinate the prize table. Again, it left my brain. And I think that's what people should know too. If you focus on the work, what's bringing you joy, people will
Yep.
see it, notice, they'll recognize it. So like it wasn't a goal. It feels amazing to be recognized, especially as the first woman. I'll keep on
Yeah.
cheering on that and being unapologetically feminine. I
As
have
you
it.
should, because we can't.
Do you guys want to see what I did to it?
We do. Yeah. Yeah, we do. Yeah. More than anything.
So we're going on a journey now. I thought about sitting up there, but I know my range is cooler. But yeah, the range is in the basement. I get people who come to my house now and they're like, what is that? Because of what I did to it. But I'm not going to turn on the light yet because it'll have more effect. But it lights up now.
Yeah. Nice.
If I get the
So
That's
remote,
awesome.
my idea, since the inside of it's all foggy from the machinery and everything, I wanted to build a box around the whole thing and just light up the whole back side of it.
it's got a
Dude, that's
remote.
rad.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what that does.
Yeah, and it could do
That's
like
Yeah.
rad. That works way better than I thought it was going to. Did you put it on the inside of the frame, Natalie?
yeah, I put it on the outside and it actually just has clear tape. I got this at the Five Below store
Oh, nice.
and I just put it and then put an adapter. So like I usually cover up the thing,
That's
but
cool. That's
we set
cool.
it all different ways. Of course, sword, uh, like my podium world record thing that just came, and then
Nice.
and the medals from UCAT. So the cool thing is like I don't know if they did this on purpose, like Hunger Games, but in the UK it's made from like cedar, so it smells good. And we were in one of their national parks, and then it's glass. Kind of hard to see, but check this one for glass and like check crystal. So I think it's kind of cool that it's out of the materials from that country. I can get it better. There we go.
That's real neat.
Now, was that train, Mac? Was that train from you, or was that from Natalie? Do we all live
That
next
was
to a
from
train?
him.
That's a Kansas strain. Sorry.
Can't. No, you're good. I knew it wasn't an Arkansas train because there's one next to me. I just didn't know if Natalie had a New York train next to her.
No,
I
no,
was like, man, we all live next to a train.
no choo-choo train here, but yeah. And if you're lucky enough to get one of my Christmas cards, and I made sure to put that on the Christmas card. But
That's
yeah,
awesome.
Danger was like, put it on the wall already, and I was like, oh, I'll put it on the wall. I'll put it on the wall. No, my whole house is like crazy stuff from knife throwing. Like, this wall is just dedicated to France and my medals from France because they had cool ones that like Zatoun made, I believe.
That
They're
was
He
like
made
amazing.
the knives. He made the knives that I picked up off the Blanco table.
yeah, I brought those back because I'm now like
Yeah,
a European courier.
I remember
And
that.
yeah, I think just over there I just have Blade Aces ones. They have their own wall Blade Aces in Florida. So like I used to have my office over here, so in the background people would see all the Blade Aces ones. But
That's all.
It's neat.
yeah, it's I got to scare off the intruders, right?
Yeah, right.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, if somebody breaks into that house, they're gonna be like, maybe we should try the next one.
Well, I got all the dead targets in the front, so the neighbors already know. But no, so, like all of that was super meaningful. But I tell people it's not about the awards; it's about showing up, and it takes a lot of bravery just to show up and throw. So many people can throw at home, or I was part of also the social media stuff. I was afraid to throw in front of people, so I started throwing live, and that's how I met people like Jeff Kalar and Lobinovich and stuff because we all used to just throw with each other on Instagram.
Yeah.
You mean Lobo?
Lobo, yeah.
Lobanovich. Lobanovich. Lobanovich.
Labanovich.
Lobanovich.
Dobre
Hopefully we'll eventually get him on here and he can correct
Dude,
all of
he
it.
says it so much better. I've got a video of him saying it when we were at, I think it was Ohio 24.
Ohio. Yeah. I almost got pregnant when he said it.
He has that effect on everyone.
Yeah. But on that, Natalie, give us your plans for 2026 this year. What throws you plan on making? What are you doing this year?
So I think Broken Feather. Nope. Okay. First, I'm going to the Norfolk Flingers competition in the UK in early May. Broken Feather Palooza. I help Joe and Sue out with this. If people have questions, they can reach out to me. Then June, I'm going to go to the Soul Thrower Open, defend my win from last year. That was my first place in Roto. So I was like, and it was by 1 point too. So it was like sick.
Hell yeah.
And like I beat people like Jucca and Tony Solapa, Soul Thrower, Matt Wright, Dan Peg, so like awesome throwers. July I'll be in Italy for the UCAT World Cup. And then I haven't planned past then. I definitely will be at Dangerfest. Like I mentioned, I think I need to get a little like Dangerfest tattoo on like my ankle or something. I'm property of them now.
Yeah.
Thrower. And you can always catch me on Instagram and TikTok doing stupid shit like my music video. Someone told me I need to make some trap house music about being law ground rich. So
Yeah, we seen your video. You know, doing the whole log round.
yeah, move back. I was like, this is perfect for the video. Because I can't tell you when inspiration strikes. I was just like, I got in my head with the log because a tree fell down in our neighborhood. I went over. I was like, log grounds. And I was like,
yeah, what every thrower says, log grounds.
log grounds. Like literally, it's like one of those like logs. A tree went down. We get hurricanes here too. So I'm like, hurricane season's coming. Like,
yeah, as long as it doesn't go down in someone's house or business, then yeah.
It went down on someone's car. So that's why I ran out and was like, are you going to take down the whole tree now? Like, what is it? I think it ended up being oak, but the Swedish people were telling me hardwoods are good for training too because you have to get like a perfect stick for it. So I was like, it's free. Throw it in the yard and then I'll use the good ones. Like, I think these are like a white pine. And then I got some cottonwood boards for.
Yeah, I originally started throwing at a live oak tree, so I can attest that it's very hard.
Tell people.
No, I've told people, and they know I stopped throwing at live trees because my son's favorite movie was The Lorax when he was 1 year old. And the whole point of that movie is he speaks for the trees. So I was like, well, this is a sign from the universe that I have to stop throwing at live trees. So I stopped.
Too close to home.
Yeah.
Mr. Lorax.
Yeah. So that's awesome, Natalie. That's where everybody can catch you at all those throws and beyond, the ones that you haven't scheduled yet. I'm gonna hit them with our next sponsor because we forgot to do it because we've been so caught up talking to everybody. Prince Steel Knives, obviously we've talked about it. Prince Steel is one of our bigger sponsors. Lewis, one of our favorite people.
Sweet
You
bud.
can't find better quality than Prince Steel Knives. We both compete with Prince. And he's one of the first people that kind of in this community that kind of started supporting my stuff online, which is why I'm so adamant about supporting his stuff now. And
Mr.
then my local,
I
what's
hope
that?
I hope you guys get him. He's Dangerfest champion. He's like Mr. Dangerfest.
Yeah, he's Mr.
Yeah.
Dangerfest right now with his title. And then my local sponsor, Little Italy Italian here in Mina. If you guys are coming to Mina, if you guys are, I know we get a lot of Texas people coming up into Mina. If you guys are coming here, you guys check out Little Italy. And then Mackenzie, hit him with our other sponsor because we've got to do all four now.
Nobody Knife Works is our other sponsor. Mark with Nobody Knife Works / his government name. I wasn't supposed to use that. Damn it.
Yeah, you're really good at that. You're really good at doing that.
Odysseus Knives and Odie.
Odysseus.
We'll call him Odie.
Odysseus.
Odysseus. So
Nobody
the-
Knife Works makes some really good knives. They're very affordable, very, very affordable. You can buy an entire set to go compete with for under $400. That includes hawks, no spin knives, and rotational knives.
Right.
Fort Scott Munitions is our other sponsor. FortScottMunitions.com.
That's a nobody knife, Savage.
Yep, this is a
Nobody knife.
a
Yeah, it is.
prototype. Something we're
I've
working
got
on.
it here. Matt, show us yours.
I
That's
don't
a-
have it here.
Oh, no kidding. Continue.
I'm at work. So Fort Scott Munitions is our other sponsor. They make sure me and Christian get around to all of the throws.
Great.
Yeah.
And if
Say thank you.
Thank you. Thank
If
you,
there-
Fort Scott Munitions. Thank you.
if there are other companies who are interested in sponsorship, what should they do? Reach out to you?
Reach out.
Yes, yeah. If there's anybody up there that's interested in sponsoring us or getting mentioned on the channel,
Thank God Natalie's here and she's done this before. Yeah.
right.
Well, I think it's
Yeah.
important. People want to know.
You can reach out to Max Stoughton, Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, or you can reach out to Axebender, the Axebender, on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
you guys are doing something awesome to uplift people's stories, throwers. I think our community needs that right now because we all rise together. So I think everybody should reach out to support.
Yeah, and
Always.
it's great. It's 80% me and Mac making fun and talking shit to each other, and 20% information you'll probably use.
You're making fun of me?
Do what?
You're making fun of me?
More than you know. More than you. Sometimes even when you're off camera.
It's not cool, dude.
No, but it's funny. And on that, Savage, we're going to talk about trick shot of the week and throwers of the month. You are more than welcome to sit on with us while we talk about that. Okay.
Absolutely. I might need to grab the charger, but you guys.
Yeah. So Matt, why don't you give him the trick shot of the week?
Dude, trick shot of the week goes to Amos. Dude, he really impressed me. He did a ring catch. It was probably the most beautiful ring catch I've ever seen in my entire trick shot career. Dude, this thing came down, went through the ring, and set into the target at such the perfect time. The ring did not bounce up and down. It didn't spin. It didn't do anything. It just set.
Yeah, because
Off
usually they
the line.
spin around.
It was the most impressive ring catch I've seen today.
And we
just
have
so
seen
happened to be
a
the
lot,
1-inch ring at that.
and we've seen a lot of ring catches. Ring catches aren't necessarily my forte; they're more Mac's forte. I'm more of the can catch. But the rings fall off too much for me to to like them. They spin around and then roll off. So it breaks my heart every time that happens. So yeah, Amis.
I'm gonna cut off Axebender right there because he's rambling, and we're gonna show the video here
Hey, it's nothing new. You always
and
do.
back.
Okay. Good job, buddy. You remembered at that time. Uh, now we're gonna move on to throwers of the month, which we kind of got into last week, but we're still going to let you guys know who our throwers of the month are this month. And you guys can go back on the post and comment who you think the thrower of the month is. Mine is Amis.
I knew you were going to do that.
I did it. Hey, buddy, you did because I did it last week. What's that, Natalie?
Did he steal yours, Mac?
I did.
He does
Okay,
that
first of all, wait, before we get to that, he stole my trick shot of the week last week. So I stole his thrower of the month in the very next segment. So it's not something that I just do it. It's
Oh no, he doesn't. He just doesn't. He doesn't even ask.
I did it after you did it first. So my thrower of the month this month is Amis. Mackenzie, who are you choosing to beat my thrower of the month?
Man.
Hey, buddy, we don't need the long pause. We already know who it is from last week. This episode's going to drop 1 week after this last one does. We don't need the dramatic pause. Did you forget who you picked?
We're still in the month of February.
Did you forget who you picked?
Oh
Travis
my goodness.
Deshawn. It's Travis Deshawn.
Yeah, Travis Deshawn is who I picked. I thought we were doing a new one.
Savage, would you like to be a podcast host?
I'm looking for a podcast host.
We're looking for a podcast host.
You can do it. I think I don't know if I have the same kind of banter. I haven't been that mean. I need more energy. I could be meaner if you want.
You can.
No, God no, please, God no. No,
I've
I've seen you be mean. God no, I don't want you to bring up my Tinder profile again.
Cut you down securities. You guys should make a calendar then, the way they used to the men of like knife throwing. You guys should do your Max Bender Throwcast calendar with all your monthly people that you.
So that's actually a really good idea. I was in that calendar.
Max Bender choking each other.
I was thinking your thrower of the month.
Hey, buddy, some people are into that.
There's a different kind of niche for what you're talking about.
Yeah, some people are into that, buddy. They'll buy that calendar.
Let's not talk about that niche. John Grabowski's going to get all revved up over here.
You know, you got to know your customer. So,
yeah.
I was suggesting your thrower of the month could be calendar.
That's a really good idea.
It's almost like I do this for a living.
That's a really good idea, and my mother will be less disappointed if we do it that way than the other way.
You know what? We're still both. It's called A/B testing, which does better. Surprisingly, your choking calendar probably.
Yeah, that would probably do a lot better.
Free gift with purchase, right?
That's going to bring a whole different set of crossover people that we probably didn't want in the community or do want in the community. We want everybody. And we don't shame. We don't kink shame in the community.
We listen and we don't judge.
Exactly. On that note, Amis is mine. Travis Deshawn is Mackenzie's, if you can even remember it. So you guys go to the post and vote on in the comments who you think it is. Savage, we've had so much fun with you being on. Drop your socials one more time for everybody.
Sure. I'm at Savage Thrower on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Look forward to, I'm going to have a new big project dropping later this month. That is very exciting, living some of my other knife throwing dreams. Always feel free to reach out, DM me. If I can't answer your questions, I will find someone who will. Words of the day will be back soon. And thanks you guys for having me. I hope I can come back because I could talk about knife throwing all day nonstop. That's how I know people in my regular life are distracting me. They start asking me questions. I was like, no, you don't care about knife throwing. You're trying to distract me.
No, dude, you will absolutely be back.
Your project that you've got coming up. Do you want to announce the title of it or anything about it?
You know what? Why not? I can give you guys.
Don't have to.
The more people that know who it is, the more people are going to go out and follow it.
Could you promote that this is an exclusive announcement then?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
We've got a Max Bender's Throwcast exclusive here with Miss Savage. Miss Savage, tell us what's going on.
Here we go.
So, I've been working on a project for about 1.5 years that should launch before the end of the month. On Tuesdays, we'll be releasing a 90-second weekly review in knife throwing news. So please follow, like, subscribe Knife Throwing News on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. It'll be unbiased, You can go to knifethrowingnews.com right now to submit everything from thrower profiles, your upcoming competitions, your achievements. We will be having correspondents from around the world to cover all things knife throwing. So I encourage you all to be part of this. It's a way we can all rise together. And we are so grateful to our first sponsors. I can announce Throwing Zone. They have a new app. They're from Europe. They are very much looking to support the knife throwing news, as is Nobody Knife Works, who will be supporting our athlete profiles. So definitely give us a follow. Give us your news tips and stories, and watch out. Before the end of the month, we'll have our first episode.
And that's very exciting. You guys will be able to get all the information that you're getting here without having to listen to me and Mackenzie yell at each other. So,
It's gonna
and
be
probably
very-
more.
If you're having a
more
bad day and you
information.
need a smile, jump on here and listen to us yell at each other.
Right. On that,
you guys are
Mackenzie,
more the
give 'em-
Bleacher Report. We're going to be more Sports Center, if you will.
Yes, yes, that's the perfect analogy. Yes, Mackenzie, hit them with your socials.
Max Stoughton on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. If you want to jump on there and check out any of my Fast Draw Friday videos I post, I don't just post videos of me, I post videos of the entire community. So
The
please
people faster than him.
send me your videos for Fast Draw Friday. I can't reach out to you guys every week. Do them, send them. Let's go.
Right? They could just tag you in Fast Draw Friday.
Yep. Tag me, send them to my Facebook or my Instagram. I'll transfer them over to my phone. Takes me about 3 or 4 hours to mash the video up, put some music with it.
That's because you don't know what you're doing.
3 or 4 hours?
Thank you.
I mean, I want to make it cool.
I do it on my. I do it.
See how surprised you are.
I do it on Splice on my phone, and like in 45 minutes on the train each day, I'll
45 minutes.
I'll edit like 4 videos.
On that note, my socials, you guys can go to my business Facebook page, Watchtower Action Ale House on Facebook, Instagram. We also have a page for Watchtower Action Ale on Instagram, but my page specifically is the Axe Bender, TikTok, the Axe Bender. We have socials for our podcast as well on Facebook and Instagram, the Max Bender's Throwcast. We have one on TikTok as well, but we're still locked out of it. But you're still welcome to go follow.
If it makes you feel better, TikTok kept wanting to change the name for the knife throwing news, and I'm like,
yeah,
no,
they want to change everything.
TikTok.
But on that, Mac or Savage, do you have anything else you would like to say?
My message to everyone, whether you're in throwing or not, is start working on your bucket list today. It's going to make your life better. Mine just happened to be knife throwing. It's taken me around the world. So don't wait. Life is short. Start working on that bucket list today.
Perfect. Mac, do you have anything that you would like to say? Doesn't matter. We will see you guys next
February 28th and March 1st in
Texas State Championship.
Texas is Goldie's Texas State Tomahawk Championship of Texas State Knife and Tomahawk Championship.
Jeez. Who hired you? Who hired you?
Nobody. We don't get paid for this.
On that, guys, we appreciate everybody listening. We appreciate all the support so much, more than you know, to come on here and listen to two dudes yell at each other while Savage elegantly talks about her life.
It's funnier when you guys just yell at it. I just let you guys go. It's like those Muppets, the ones that sat in the balcony.
The ones in the balcony.
Waldorf and Statler.
Yeah.
Just let you guys kill each other.
But we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, and we'll see you guys next week.
Cool. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Savage.